Okay, everybody, thanks for showing up for the second class this week. So this is another class on YouTube that I am calling Get the Most Out of YouTube. So what we're going to be talking about today are three of the more advanced features. So hopefully after Monday's class, all of you were able to log into your YouTube account through your Fox and Roach Gmail and kind of get your channel set up with your basic bio and contact information. Hopefully you've played around either trying to upload a video or do a live video through YouTube. So today I want to show you some of the other things we mentioned on Monday, which are how to use the analytics, right? So once you have some videos up and running, they will start gathering data, and you can use that data either as an overview or for each individual video to get an idea of what types of videos you should be posting, maybe when you should be posting them. Once you kind of have a variety, you can actually compare and see the different types of videos. If one type of video is getting a lot more views, you want to make more of that type, right? So we're going to go over the analytics. The other thing we're going to cover is the YouTube video editor that exists within YouTube. So it's not quite as advanced as maybe some of the third-party ones that you can purchase to do, super advanced video editing, but it allows you to do pretty much any of the basics that you can think of, and it allows you to edit both live video that you've done on YouTube itself, so like a live stream video or any video that you've uploaded. So that's kind of what I like about it, is you can upload whatever types of videos you want onto YouTube, and then before you publish them, you can go ahead and use the YouTube editor if you don't have another software already to do some basic editing. So we're going to go over that. And then the third thing we're going to go over, which is kind of like the up and coming trend that's gaining a lot of traction, is something called YouTube Shorts, which is essentially kind of like a vertical video that's mostly used on mobile devices, but it's like short little video snippets like you would see, on like a reel or Instagram, something like that. So we're going to go over those three things. And what I thought would be kind of fun, since we're, spending all this time talking about creating videos and specifically about YouTube, is rather than me just kind of clicking through and showing you all of these things, I am going to share with you some of my favorite videos from other people on YouTube whose channels I have come across and have used to help myself. So I thought that might be a little bit more fun than just listening to me talk the whole time. So we're going to start out with the analytics. I am going to take you through that on my own. And then we'll watch some fun videos after that. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Here we go. All right. Ooh, some more people coming in. Let me let them in. And let's get rid of this. All right, so as you can see, I have logged into my YouTube account. I have gone up to the little upper right where my photo is, and I've clicked on my channel. So that is currently what everyone is looking at, is my YouTube channel. And if you want to look at analytics for anything, what I have found the best way to go is if I go over to this left-hand menu over here, and you're going to click on your videos. And hopefully it will load. Here we go. Okay, so now once we're in all of our videos that we've uploaded to our channel, you can see that there are two different ways, right? So if I come back over to the left here, there is analytics right here in the drop-down menu. Or if you're interested in analytics for a specific video, you can hover over that video and you get these little icons here. And the second one, if you hover over it, says analytics, right? So that would give you analytics for a specific video. And when I'm looking at specific videos, one of the things you can look at over here to the right in this list is views. Okay, so I can look and say, oh, wow, this particular video got 25 views. So maybe I want to look at the analytics for that specific video to try and figure out, why it's doing so well. And you can also sort, right? So if you click views, you can actually sort it. So if I do that, I can see there's actually some that have over 100 views, which for me is pretty good because it's only you guys that are watching these videos. So thanks for that. So let's say I want to do this one on the listing prospecting class, right? So I can hover over this particular video in the list. I'm going to click the second icon that says analytics, and it's going to pull up the video analysis for this specific video. And at the top, you will see you can look at overview analytics. You can look specifically at this video's reach. You can look at the engagement, and you can look at the audience. So they really do give you a lot of information, which is great. So the overview, it's telling me that, how many views, 104, which is 84 views more than usual, which is fantastic. Tells me how, many hours this video has been watched, and it's 14 hours more than usual. And how many subscribers I got off of this specific video. So this video actually helped me add 4 subscribers, which is great to know. Okay, and then this is obviously, you can see the timeline, right? So if I hover over it, it gives me the different days since it's been published, typical views, stuff like that. Then it's going to give me key moments for audience retention. So it's saying the average view duration is 10 minutes, which is, it's almost an hour-long video. So that's going to tell me a little something. Hold on, I got to let some more people in here. Sorry. All right. And the average percentage of the video viewed is about 18%. So this might have been people who already took the class, but wanted to come back and rewatch, a specific portion that maybe they missed or didn't remember. That's what that's kind of telling me. And then it says 67% of viewers are still watching around the 30-second mark, which is typical. Learn more by comparing to your other videos, right? So that's where, right from here, if you wanted to go to the channel analytics, which was this thing on the left when I was looking at all of my videos, that's for the whole channel. So you can flip back and forth right here and go to channel analytics. And if I want to learn even more about this video, I can hit see more at the bottom, and it's going to open it up. And here we go. Right, so it's been kind of the same information. You can go to this drop down and do relative audience retention if you want to change that graph a little bit, but it's basically the same information we were just looking at. Let's go. I gotta move you guys again. Let's go back. Close this out. All right. So I'm back to the first thing I was looking at, which is the overview. But if I go back up to the top, now I want to see what kind of reach did this video get. So I can click on here. And here we go, right? So now it's telling me how many impressions, what's the impressions click-through rate, views again, same graph, right, over time. And then this is what I like right here. These are my traffic sources, right? So how did people find this video that they're watching? This is good information for you to know, right? Because if it's coming from outside of YouTube, now you know, okay, I should be cross-posting these videos on these other platforms to try and drive more attention to my channel. So 66% were direct, meaning somebody had that link. And again, these are all class videos, so that makes sense because I'm sending out the links. 15% were external, so they weren't on YouTube. They found it someplace else and came in. 8% were from my channel. About 4% were a YouTube search, so someone just typing in keywords in YouTube and my video came up. And then about 2% were came up in a suggested videos, which means they were watching another video and YouTube thought this one was similar enough that it suggested it as the next video to watch for whatever they were already watching. So that is my favorite information on this page. And then it tells you the external sites or apps that were used. So this is where it would come in handy if you were cross-posting these videos to places like LinkedIn or Facebook or what have you. you can drill down and see where your audience is coming from. So if this is saying, you know, some huge percentage is coming from Facebook, now you know, okay, I definitely need to cross post all my videos to Facebook to make sure I'm capturing that audience as well. In this case, most of them come from Gmail, because again, this is a class that I'm emailing the links out, right? So that's why that's on mine. Okay, and then content suggesting this video. So this tells you what other videos were they watching where this video was then suggested as the next logical one for them to watch. And then it will tell you how many playlists feature this video. In my case, I only have the one playlist, so there you go, makes sense. And then on the right-hand side over here, impressions and how they led to watch time, right? So it's 259 impressions. And then if I, there we go, if I hover over it, it tells me there's a 4.3% click-through rate, views from impressions. So it popped up 259 times, there was 11 views out of that. And watch time from impressions, 2 hours worth. And then your percentage of YouTube search items, proportion of my total traffic, it was about 4%. Okay, so that tells you all about the reach and how this specific video is getting out there. Next up at the top is engagement. So it's telling me how many hours this video has been watched, what's the average viewed duration, what's the audience retention, likes versus dislikes, right? So that's that little thumbs up, thumbs down that you guys see at the bottom of videos on YouTube. So this one was 100% liked, which is great. And then if I had added an end screen element, then you would get these analytics as well, you know, who then clicked on those end screens. Okay, and this is the same information we already saw in the overview about the watch times. Okay, after engagement, back up at the top is audience. So you have this little chart and you can see the purple are returning viewers and then the blue here are new viewers. So if I look at January 26th, the date that I'm on, there was one returning viewer. So they had watched part of it and then come back. And then there was 25 new views on that particular day. So you can hover over any of these little blips and get the more detailed information. Okay, watch time, breaks it down between people who are not subscribed and people who are subscribed. And then geographies, YouTube is international, right? So this is just gonna tell you from what countries people are watching your video. And in my case, I don't really use subtitles, so there's no subtitles 99% of the time. All right, and it says for age and gender, once you have a lot of videos and you're getting a lot of traffic, you will get more analytics the more traffic you get, but there was not enough demographic data to show this particular data point here. All right, so that is the easy way to look at particular videos analytics. But if I want to go back, I can go up here to channel content on the left. Now I'm back to my main video list. And if I want to look at analytics for the channel overall, I can go to this left-hand menu and click analytics. And now I can look at my entire channel instead of a specific video. It's showing me a 28-day period, how many views I got, how many hours people watched, how many subscribers. It gives you the spikes on particular days, so you can start to see, okay, what day of the week? Is there a day of the week? Like, are people more likely to watch on Fridays or Mondays or what have you? You can kind of hover over this and figure out more. And what were the top content? What were the top videos that were watched during this 28-day period? And it will tell you how many views for each of those top videos. So again, that's an overview. And it tells you right here, it's updating live, right? So here's my live count of subscribers, how many views in the last 48 hours, and what they're looking at, which videos they're watching in the last 48 hours. That's kind of my live update over here to the right. We can look at content, right? So how many views, how many impressions, click-through rate, average duration, and what are some of the key moments here that people are watching. You can hover view and it's going to give you, again, for that specific video, the views, the view duration, and the percentage viewed for the top videos. And here's that information like we saw again is where is my audience? Where are they coming from, right? So overall for the entire channel, you can see most of my viewers are still coming from a YouTube search or externally, probably through Gmail. And if we come down here, we get that same impressions chart, right? So not only how many impressions are you making, but how many views are you getting from those impressions and your watch time. Shows my top videos again in the last 28 days. So a lot of the data repeats, but again, you get slightly different data points depending on which of these menu options you're clicking on. So we'll take a quick look at audience. Okay, so 2 returning viewers, 29 unique viewers, 1 new subscriber. And again, it's broken down by date, so you can hover over. Anytime you do, it pops up and it gives you the specific information for that day. And if, again, once you have a lot more people, a lot more viewers than I do, you'll start getting this other information over here about what other channels they're watching, what other videos are they watching, where are you the most popular as far as geographically, and then age and gender. You can get that too. Okay, so that is the basic rundown on analytics. So once you guys start getting some videos posted, hopefully you'll be able to start kind of using this to better inform you of how you should, be doing it moving forward. What types should you do, when you should be putting them up, which ones should you cross post, where should you cross post them, all of that good stuff. All right, so next I am going to show you the video editor. So in order to do that, I'm gonna actually play you a video of somebody that I have found helpful on YouTube. And he is kind of a video guru guy. So he has a ton of content on his channel, all related to making videos. So, I have found this guy helpful, so you can do as well. It's called Primal Videos, the name of his channel. So let me make this full screen and I'll play through this. It's just like a quick 15-minute, but he's really good about showing you all the different things that you can do with the YouTube editor itself that is built into YouTube.
The free built-in YouTube video editor is a simple but surprisingly powerful tool for quickly trimming, splicing, and editing your videos online. To show you what it can do in this video, we'll dive in and step through exactly how to edit videos using the new YouTube video editor. Hey, it's Justin Brown here from Primal Video, where we help you amplify your business and brand with video. If you're new here, make sure you click that subscribe button, and all the links to everything we mentioned in this video, you can find linked in the description box below. So let's jump into it. Now, if you haven't already stumbled upon it, YouTube has a simple built-in video editor that's designed to help you perform quick edits on your videos without having to waste time re-uploading or downloading your completed live streams. It's great for making simple changes, for trimming or splicing your videos that are already up on YouTube, but you can also use it for other simple edits as well. So to help you get the most out of it, we're going to do a full walkthrough highlighting the key features in the YouTube editor and how to use them. Okay, so we're over on YouTube now. All you need to do is make sure you are signed in to your account and go and navigate through to the video that you would like to edit. Come down the bottom here to edit video, and that'll open it up to edit in the YouTube studio. But to open up the actual YouTube editor itself, then you want to come over here to editor. Now, it may take a little bit to load. You can see here the images have loaded, the sound or the waveforms are now loading here, and it is done. So you can see a visual representation of your video in the timeline here. You can see your audio waveforms. Down the bottom here, we've got our end screen layer as well. And we've also got an option here to add blur. And I will run through these in a minute. But up the top here, you've got your YouTube video itself. If you put your mouse over it, you can see you've got the ability to play, to rewind or skip back 10 seconds, to skip forward 10 seconds, to adjust the volume levels. You can also adjust the playback speed here as well if you want to play back slower speed or faster speed, and you can also maximize or full screen your video there too. You can zoom in and out on the timeline here just using the slider here for more detail or to get more accuracy with your editing. You've got your undo and redo buttons up the top here in case you make any mistakes or you do anything you want to undo. Over here, you can cancel out or discard all of your changes, and you've got your save button up here as well. Now, under these three little dots here, you can access the keyboard shortcuts for this. So if you're looking to speed up your editing in here or even for some greater control, then you've got access to all of those keyboard shortcuts listed out here. Okay, so we'll close out of this now. Now, before we jump into it, I do want to say that this is a live stream that I'm editing here. This was video one of a 3-part live training workshop that we ran on our channel. So this was a live stream. Everything that we're going to cover in here and all the tools and features and things will work exactly the same for a live video to your channel as a regular video for your channel. So it's not just limited to one or the other. So the first one we'll do is come over here to trim, and I'll show you what you're able to do in here in regards to trimming and splicing out sections of your video. So we'll click on trim, and you can see straight away that we are in the trim mode because all of this area here has gone blue. Now let's say in this example, because it is a live stream, that we would want to remove the start part of it. So it could be where I'm welcoming people in. It could be where I'm just doing quick last minute checks to make sure that everything is good before we actually start the presentation. So down here somewhere, here we go, I kick into some PowerPoint slides, Keynote slides. We might want to remove this start here. So we can zoom in using the arrows here to zoom in and to get more control over it and make sure that we're editing and cutting to the right place. We can simply click through our timeline here until the slides come up. We can also use the audio waveforms as a gauge. You can see that it's gone quiet here. There's not much going on. There's not much visually there on the graph. And then up here is where I start talking and the graph gets bigger, which means I'm talking. So all I'm going to do is scrub our timeline across so I can see the start. I want to come back across here, grab this left side and move it across to this point here. And that is now our new start point. So if we hit preview here now, this is previewing our finished video. If we hit play, you can see that we can't come back here to this section. This section is now no longer in our end video product. Our video is now going to start at this point. So if we come back here and hit play, it's going to start from there. Got it. So our video now starts there. Really simple. So you might want to start by trimming off the start. If there's any extra stuff at the end, you could come down to the end where you've said goodbye, obviously in a live video. Awesome. Have a good one. See you then. Okay, so about here, we might want to finish it. We can come to edit and trim again. We can zoom in. We can scroll across so that we can see the end of our timeline there, and we can grab that end marker and we can slide it back to there, and our video is now going to finish at that point. So we've removed this extra few seconds at the end of our video here. Now we'll zoom out now, and let's say, for example, there was a chunk in the middle of it or a couple of chunks in the middle of it that we wanted to remove. All we need to do is come across and find where they are. And again, you could just come up here and press play and skip through and find where those sections are. Let's just say that we want to remove a section from here. You come across to this point here and come down the bottom and press split. And that's going to add a split in our timeline at that point. So if we click off, you can see there's a blue line there now. So then it's just a matter of selecting that line and dragging across. We can see where we want our video to start again. So let's say that we wanted to pick it back up on the next slide here. And again, you can zoom in and really get detailed with this, but you can see now that this chunk here is grayed out in the middle. We've removed this section. So our end video now would look like it would start here, it would play through to here, and then it would jump immediately to this point here and continue through to that last blue line. So we're able to remove this first chunk, remove this second chunk, and remove the end. Now, there's currently no limit as to how many of these actions you can perform. So say there was another chunk up here that we want to remove. Let's hit split there, and we want to remove all the way up to, let's move big chunk all the way up to here. The moment we let go, that is then applied, and that chunk would be removed. If we want to undo it, we can either click and drag this and readjust that position, or if we want to undo it totally, we can either come up the top here to undo, or you can just hit the cross here, the X here, to undo that split, and that has brought it back in. Now, if you want to undo all of your splits or all of your trims, you can come down the bottom here to go clear all, and that will undo all of them. So the idea here is that you're going through, you're removing anything that you don't want in your video, or making any edits to it after your video is already up and live on YouTube. So it could be that you've forgotten something, you've left something in, something that you don't want to have in your video anymore. You can come in here and trim out that section, save your video out, and it's back live on YouTube with that edit performed. Previously, the YouTube video editor wouldn't let you remove any chunks from the middle of your videos. You could trim something off the start and you could trim something off the end, but you couldn't do anything with any of the video in the middle without needing to save it out as a totally new video. So once you've gone through and you've trimmed your video down and you've removed any sections that you don't want in here, you do need to hit the preview button down the bottom here to apply it before you can either save your video out or continue making further edits. So that's the trim tool or trim feature in here. So the next thing I want to show you here is this audio section. So if we come down here to the audio, let's click the little drop down button here to expand it out and click on the plus button here. This will open up in a new tab. I'll pause this video when it goes to play it. But in here is where you can add and replace audio in your videos. And this will let you bring in some of YouTube's royalty-free songs or royalty-free music to use in your videos. So you can either perform a search to find music, or you can go down here and see all the top tracks or list all the tracks. It's just then a matter of finding the track that you want. So you can press play on the buttons here to play back the track. Once you're ready to add one in, what you need to do is just hit add to video, and that's going to be added into your video. But it's really important to be aware of this slider over here, which they call audio saturation, which is really the volume levels for your video, is going to default to favor the music at the highest amount, meaning that this now is your music track is overriding all of the audio in your video. Now you can turn that down to favor the original audio. So this is the volume level of the music that you have added in to your video. I'll grab this music track now and just slide it across to a piece where I am actually talking in this video. And let's just see what that sounds like now. You can see it's just the music that's playing. So if we lower this, come back to this section here, YouTube without paid ads. So in this first video, you're going to discover why YouTube is the most powerful way to build a steady stream of organic traffic. You can hear that there is now mixed. We've got the music in here with the original, but the music itself still here is pretty loud. So there's not a great amount of control over this, but you can add in music over different sections of your videos. But this is also really, really limiting. While it's pretty cool to have this feature to be able to add it in, you also can't upload your own music tracks, and you also can only add one music track. So you can see here our video, our live stream is 49 minutes long. We can only add one. If I pick another track here to add in, it's only letting you add one in, even if you're positioning them in different areas of the video. So personally, I think this is actually only really usable if you've got a section of your video that has audio in it that might be copyright infringement or something that you can't use that you definitely need to swap out, but you don't want to download or re-upload your video again, then this might be the use case to cover up that section of your video with a music track. Beyond that, it's not that useful. To apply any changes you've made, just hit save changes and that will be applied. Or if you haven't made any changes, just hit close on that window and you'll be taken back to your previous window, which is your timeline. Now, the next feature you've got in here is the ability to add in an end screen. So if we click on add an end screen here, then there's some of the templates here that you can apply to your video directly from within this editor. You don't need to go back to the YouTube edit screen and then over to the end screen window to be able to add these. You can add them directly in your timeline from here. And there's a few different templates to choose from depending on what you actually want to show. So let's just pick this one here, 2 videos or playlists and 1 subscribe button. We'll hit apply. You can see it's taken us to the end of the video because these are only going to work in the last 20 seconds. We can zoom in and we can see those down the bottom here. And now to actually link these up, we can come up here and click on the ones that we want to make adjustments to. So let's go this video here, best video for viewer. If we want to swap that for a specific video, we can click on this, pick the video that we want to link to at the end of our videos, or we can change it to the most recent upload. These are your standard options for creating end screens at the end of your YouTube videos. And exactly the same with the subscribe button here. We can also pick them up and move them around, or if we don't want them in there, we can delete the element and they are gone. So maybe we'll have one down like this. Now, the last feature that you've got in here is the ability to add a blur or to blur something out of your video. Again, the use case for this would be that you have something in there that you don't want to show, someone's face that you may not be allowed to show in your videos or don't want to show in your videos. You can blur them out here as well. Now, there's a couple of options here to do it. You've got blur faces and you've got custom blurring. So if we go blur faces, it says it's going to blur faces of people who appear in your video. If we hit edit, it's actually going to go through our video and it's going to pull out the faces of anyone that sees in the video. Then all you need to do is select on the people that you want to blur out, and those faces are then blurred in the entire video. So if we put our mouse over these icons, you can actually see the time codes of when that person or that face was visible on screen. So you can see here, this one was from the start to 3 minutes 16, from 4:20 to 4:21, all the different times it's detected it. So if we press on this one here, that's actually going to go through and blur out that face, my face, at all of those times. And that's what it's going to look like there. So I'll cancel out of that one. The next option is custom blurring. So if we hit edit on this one, this is where we can manually select objects in our video to blur. So the idea here is that we are playing through or going through our videos and we are drawing out the sections then that we want to blur. So let's say we go across here to, there's a great shot there of Mike. So let's say we want to blur out Mike. We just come up here and draw out a box around him. And that's now going to blur out that section. Now, if you want to add multiple blurs, then you can draw out another section that you want. You can see you've just got an additional layer there added. And you can pick them up and you can move them around in your timeline. Now, one feature that you currently don't have is the ability to shorten this. So we can pick these up and move them around, but there's no ability to shorten this down just to highlight it for a certain amount of time. You can see that it actually wasn't shortening it. It was just changing the position of it. So again, this is a feature here that I wanted to highlight for you to show you what you can do in here. But again, unless you're masking something that you probably shouldn't have shown in your video or is stopping your video from being monetized, then you probably won't really need this feature. So we'll back out of this now. We'll hit cancel. We'll close this window. And we're back to our editing interface. So once we're done with all of our edits and changes we want to make, you come up here to save. And then it says that it might take a few hours to apply your changes. During that time, your viewers will see the current version of your video. You won't be able to make any other changes to your video until it's done, but you can leave this site. So once you hit save and those changes are made to your videos, feel free to close your browser down, to leave your computer. Those changes are going to be made without you needing to be there or to do anything else. Now, I do want to stress here again that any of these changes that you're making, whether it's just trimming off a section of your video or taking out entire chunks of your videos, all of these will be saved over the original video. So there's no need to download your video and re-upload it again. You can make these changes while your video is already live on YouTube. And that is what makes this YouTube editor so powerful. It's definitely not the most full-featured video editing application. There's a lot of things that you can't do and a lot of restrictions in here, but the power really is in letting you make these minor edits to your videos while they're live without the need to create it as a new YouTube video. So that's a complete walkthrough on the YouTube editor. Now, if you're looking to improve your editing game, no matter
Okay, so does anybody have any questions or want me to take them back through the video editor itself? If so, just unmute yourself, let me know, or drop it in the chat. I've lost the screen that shows all you guys, so I can't see your faces. So just speak up or drop it in the chat if you would like. No. Okay, not hearing from anybody, so I'm just going to keep going. All right, so the next thing that I want to show you guys is about the chat, or I'm sorry, about the YouTube Shorts. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. So the first one we're going to watch is going to take us through how to actually create a YouTube short. And again, this is mostly done from your mobile device. So this would be something you would do on your phone. And you would have to download the YouTube app. Again, it's free. You use the same login as you would on your computer. And then you would do everything from your phone. So I will go ahead and play this one for all of you. Make it big.
This is a YouTube short, and what you're about to watch is a complete guide on how to make one. Shorts are YouTube's answer to TikTok. No doubt you've seen the Shorts shelf by now. Each video is less than 60 seconds long, watched in vertical or portrait mode, and the layout is very similar to what you already find on TikTok. Shorts have proven to be a great way to build audiences fast. For example, in 6 months, 3D animator Jake Feldman's YouTube Shorts have brought in almost 5 million subscribers and over 3.5 billion views. You can't monetize YouTube Shorts yet, but we'll come back to that later. If you don't have access to this Shorts camera tool yet, don't worry, you can still make YouTube Shorts. Simply upload your video as you usually would do, but make sure it's in vertical video format and less than 60 seconds long, and that will qualify it as a YouTube Short. For a full tutorial on this, check out the video on screen now. Hey folks, I'm Rob. Welcome back to vidIQ, educating you on your YouTube journey. And today's lesson is all about finally that YouTube Shorts camera tool. Now there is a lot to get through. I don't want to waste your time, so let's just get straight into it. Once you have access to YouTube Shorts, from the YouTube mobile app homepage, tap on the plus button at the bottom of the screen and then tap on Create a Short. There are no channel requirements, such as a certain number of subscribers or views, to make YouTube Shorts, but currently YouTube are very slow to roll this out to all users. The default record time for Shorts is 15 seconds, but you can record up to 60 seconds. Tap the number here above the record button to adjust the time. You can upload a video you've already recorded on your phone by using the button in the bottom left-hand corner. If you do this, you'll be taken to the video editor page where you can trim down the video if you need to. Tap next to take you to the next screen. We'll talk about this in more detail later. For now, let's go back to the recording screen. You have 3 main recording features. Flip obviously jumps between the front and rear facing camera on your phone. The speed button allows you to adjust the speed of a recording. If you set the slider to very fast, you can record for longer, and this will create the effect of a time lapse. If you set the slider to very slow, you can record for a very short amount of time, and that puts it into a slow motion video. Do bear in mind though that the frame rate doesn't compensate, so you'll end up with some very jerky footage like this. You can set a record countdown timer for up to 20 seconds, as well as setting a time limit for how long you want to record a video. In this example, I've set the countdown to 20 seconds, and the video would record for exactly 7 seconds before stopping. There are 2 ways to record a video. You can tap to start, and then tap to stop, or hold onto the record button, and then release to end the recording. You can record as many scenes as you like. At the top of the screen is a timeline showing you how much time you have left. Each white notch represents a scene, and you can use the undo and redo symbols next to the record button to remove or re-add videos you've recorded. If you need to finish off your current YouTube short later, you can do so by tapping on the cross button and choosing save and exit. Upon returning to the shorts camera, you will be asked to carry on your previous short or start a brand new one. Now, it looks like this add music feature is currently in development, so the specifics may change, but this is how it generally works. You can search and scroll through popular music tracks, favorite them, preview them, and add them to your own YouTube shorts. Now, when you press the record button, you'll be able to hear the music and sync whatever crazy stuff you want to do to the beat of the tune. Now, yeah, I don't really know what to tell you what I'm doing here, other than to let you know that the script simply said, dance like your life depended on it. Clearly, my life isn't very valuable. The alternative way to do this is to pick music after recording the video. Once you've advanced to the next screen, you can choose some music if you haven't already done so. What we're going to do here is add the same music as last time, but the problem now is that it doesn't sync correctly with the video. This is where the adjust music feature will help you not only pick the exact piece of music you want, but time it correctly with your video. Simply tap, hold, and slide the music to the desired location in the track. This music feature is a pretty deep rabbit hole, because when you're watching YouTube Shorts, you will see an audio sample button in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, which, if tapped, will show you all the videos that have used that audio, the audio source, and the ability to start creating your own short using that audio. It doesn't necessarily have to be popular music either. As we currently understand it, any audio from any YouTube short is up for grabs. You won't get a copyright claim, but it can only be used for personal, non-commercial use. For more information on YouTube Shorts permissions and copyright, watch his full explainer video on screen now. As well as adding music, you can also add text to your YouTube Shorts. If you've ever used Instagram Stories or indeed YouTube Stories, you'll be very familiar with how this works. You can change the font, the background, the color, resize it and put it anywhere on the video. You can also add multiple blocks of text, but just like the music, you may want the text to work with the video. This is where the timeline feature comes into play. It allows you to trim the text boxes so they appear and disappear when you want them to during a video. Simply tap and drag the ends of the text boxes to match what's happening in the video. I mean, come on, folks. If this YouTube short doesn't go viral, I just don't know what I'm doing wrong, to be honest. Well, I think it's a masterpiece, so let's upload it. Now, this might freak out seasoned YouTube creators a little bit. You can't upload a custom thumbnail, nor can you write a video description or add video tags. This makes your video title super important because it's doing all of the heavy lifting. So keep it short so it doesn't get cut off and make it impactful. You can also add hashtag shorts to your title, and you probably should, as it may increase the visibility of your content. But there are no guarantees, as there are millions of creators making tens of millions of YouTube shorts already. Other than setting the visibility of a video, the only thing left to do is upload it. Now, if you do want to make further changes to the video's metadata, you can go into the video library after the video has uploaded, tap the three dots next to the video, and then you can add a video description and tags. But if you want to upload a thumbnail, you will need to do it through the YouTube Studio app or do it via a desktop browser in the YouTube Studio. So those are the important nuts and bolts of making a YouTube short. But what about best practices? Let's talk about that right now.
I've been getting paid $1,000 a month, if not more, just from this app on my phone.
Should you make a custom thumbnail for your YouTube shorts? And the answer depends on your traffic sources. Viewers can see your YouTube shorts outside of YouTube Shorts. I know that sounds daft, but that's the way YouTube have decided to do things. So if you are getting traffic from browse features, suggested videos, search, it may be worth making custom thumbnails for your YouTube shorts. Also consider that YouTube adds a shorts shelf to your channel page on both desktop and mobile by default. So do consider how attractive or indeed how ugly that may look without custom thumbnails. Now let's consider the videos themselves. Yes, you can make square YouTube shorts if you want to, but you will have to contend with letterboxing. That's where there's going to be huge black bars at the top and the bottom of the video. And that may cause a distraction to the viewer, so do bear that in mind. At the same time, you also have to consider there are video details at the bottom of the screen and engagement tools over to the right. So don't put anything important on your videos in those parts of the screen. There are no traditional calls to actions on YouTube Shorts, those being end screens and interactive cards. But what you might consider doing is adding a pinned comment to your YouTube Shorts, because when viewers go to the comments for that YouTube Short, the first comment they will see is your pinned comment, and you could send them to other videos, your channel, and so on. When it comes to YouTube Shorts, consider the viewer intent. Most likely they want to be entertained, but they could want to be inspired and educated. The key thing is they want that experience as quickly as possible. Just because you have 60 seconds, don't use that time if you don't need it. Audience retention on YouTube Shorts is absolutely critical, not necessarily overall watch time. Ideally, you want your audience watching your video more than once. And some creators are even looping their videos intentionally for amazing audience retention numbers. And finally, the best content, as always, is shareable content. Consider why you share certain things with your friends and family. It's because that video impacted you in a significant way, and you want others to share in that experience. Be it happiness, laughter, inspiration, even a moving story that brings you to tears. Incredibly, YouTube Shorts can do all of this in as little as 5 seconds. Oh, and one more thing I almost forgot. Can creators monetize Shorts? Well, here's what YouTube have had to say so far. YouTube has helped an entire generation of creators turn their creativity into businesses and become the next generation media companies. Over the last 3 years, YouTube have paid out more than 30 billion to creators, artists, and media companies. Shorts is a new way to watch and create on YouTube. So we're taking a fresh look at what it means to monetize Shorts and reward creators for their content. We are deeply committed to supporting the next generation of mobile creators with Shorts and are actively working on what monetization options will look like in the future. Now, if you want to learn a whole lot more about the YouTube Shorts universe, make sure to check out the playlist over here. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your video making day. Go get creating.
Okay, so hopefully that gave you all a look on how to use YouTube Shorts, which are super easy, super quick videos. Great way to get started if you're not ready to do longer videos that, you know, feature yourself talking the whole time. Maybe you can bang out a couple different shorts and go that route. Does anybody have any questions on the shorts? If you do, please unmute yourself and ask, or drop it in the chat box and I will check there. No. Okay. Awesome. All right, so that was the 3 different things I wanted to take you guys through. Let me stop sharing. There we go. And I'll come back on so I can see all of you again. So that was what I wanted to share with you all today, was the analytics, the video editor that's built into YouTube. And again, the benefit to that is you can do it once your videos have already been uploaded. So even if you upload one and you've already published it even, and then you notice something that you want to be able to fix, you can do that live. You don't have to take the video down. You don't have to, you know, erase it, edit it, and then put it back up. So that's quick and easy. And then the YouTube Shorts. So the other thing with YouTube Shorts that, you know, this guy didn't mention is you can actually use content you've created elsewhere and upload it to YouTube Shorts. So if you already have some Reels or some TikTok videos saved to your phone, you can just upload those to YouTube Shorts. And I just wanted to remind you, he mentioned that you maybe should add hashtag shorts, but I would say you always want to make sure that you have hashtag shorts, that's hard to say, in the title of your shorts videos. That way YouTube will make sure that they are being seen by more people, and it will add it to the list of short videos on YouTube itself, and onto your channel it will create that separate section that features all of your short videos. Okay, so that was what I wanted to get through today. Does anybody have anything that they want to ask, talk about, have me show them again? I can't see any of your faces, so unmute yourself, type it in the chat, turn your video on, let me know. Okay, doesn't sound like we have any questions. I hope that you guys found at least some of this useful and that it will inspire you to start creating a little bit more content on YouTube and get your channel up and running. As always, I will be uploading this recording, so if you want to watch it again, you can go to my channel. Oh, looks like we have a chat. Connie, I will be sending those out. So if you want to watch the first one, it should already, I believe it's already up on my YouTube channel. So if you don't have that link already, I will send it out in an email again. I will send out the link to my channel. Once you are on the channel, you can see the playlist will say regional training classes. You can click on that playlist and then all of the videos will be there so that you can find them. Right. Anybody else? Oh, you want me to just put the link in the chat? That's a great idea. That way I don't have to email you all. All right, hold on 1 second and I will grab that for all of you. So let me go to my channel. All right, guys, in the chat is now the link to my YouTube channel. So you can go there and find any of the classes that I've recorded over the past few years. This one will be up probably by the end of the day. It takes a while to compile and then get it added, but you should be able to find it by the end of the day today if you want to rewatch this one. All right, everybody, thanks so much for coming. Hopefully I will see you all next week. We're going to be talking about VideoCast, which is built into our ACE under the Berkshire Hathaway Media Resource Center. So that is another tool other than YouTube that is provided to us, again, free of charge, that allows you to quickly and easily make, edit, and send out videos to your clients. It's a great tool if you're just making quick one-on-one videos to send to people, like a happy birthday message, you know, something like that. So that will be next week. Hope to see you all then. And everyone enjoy your weekend. I'll see you next time.